Here's how this works. Water, salt, and pepper, those are freebies. Your pantry, it better have flour, oil, vinegar, mustard, and garlic. Beyond that, you'll only need 5 more ingredients and 25 minutes to put an entree or entire meal on the table. So, shop, set the clock, and let's dish out. Alright, first up we're going to need some jumbo shrimp. These will need to be peeled, but that won't take too long. We'll need some broccoli, crowns, some feta cheese, a couple of good-sized lemons, and a few shallots. We'll also be making plentiful use of our pantry in this video. First off, if you're buying or working with frozen shrimp and do not have time to wait for them to thaw out naturally in the fridge, just run them under some cool water for about 10 to 15 minutes and they should thaw out pretty doggone quickly, even if they're jumbo like that. Next up, we'll take our broccoli crowns, and I'm going to go ahead and leave these stems on. Might want to cut off that bottom ½ inch or so if it's a little bit woody, but I'm just going to cut these in half. If they were very large, I would cut them maybe down into quarters. I'm going to drizzle them with olive oil, then take 3 to 4 shallots and cut those in half and take the peel off the outside. You could actually even leave the peel or the paper on there if you want to. Just make sure you peel it off when you're done grilling it. I find it's a little bit easier to take it off right now. As for these shrimp, I'm just going to skewer them by running a skewer through the tail end and then straight up through that thicker top part of the body so they stay nice and stable and flat when we pop them on the grill. I should mention this is amazing on the grill, but you could do all of this on a sheet tray in the oven as well. I'm going to take these shrimp and drizzle them with some olive oil, season them with some fresh cracked pepper and a nice pinch of salt. And then finally some minced garlic. This is some of that garlic paste, but fresh garlic would be great here too. Just mince it up and rub that all over your shrimp. Get them nice and well seasoned. Now, we're just about ready to take all of this out to the grill. I've got my Traeger running at around 400 degrees. I'm going to pop these broccoli crowns down and give them about a 5 or 10 minute head start along with these halved shallots. It's going to take about 20 minutes or so total, but again, could take a little less or a little more depending on the size of your broccoli crowns or how well done you want them. Next up, I'm going to throw down these shrimp skewers or shrimp kebabs. They're just going to take a couple of minutes. Same thing with these lemons. I'm going to put those down, let them get a nice little charred flavor. That heat from the grill is also going to release all that juice in the lemon, make it super moist and juicy for us. Look at that beautiful grilled broccoli, those shrimp picking up some wonderful flavor from that smoke. We'll give these a flip after just 3 to 4 minutes. They do not take long, and we definitely don't want overcooked rubbery shrimp. Look at that beautiful color. Oh man, I just absolutely love the flavor you get from using the grill. So much better than the oven. Plus you don't have to worry about heating up your whole kitchen in the middle of the summer. This is an absolutely great summer dish. I'm going to go ahead and remove those shallots once they are nice and caramelized. You can see that lemon is just leaking its beautiful sweet and tangy juices. We'll go ahead and pull that off. These shrimp are done. I'm going to give that broccoli just a couple of minutes to finish, and in the meantime we can go ahead and make the dressing or sauce for our broccoli salad while we let our shrimp rest. So for that, we will go ahead and grab a bowl and add in maybe a 1/4 cup or so of olive oil, followed by maybe a tablespoon or so of Dijon mustard. And then we always keep red wine vinegar in our pantry, or at least we're supposed to. I was all out, so this is balsamic, but you could use any kind of vinegar here that you'd like. And then we're going to squeeze in the juice of half of our roasted lemon. That's going to be bright and acidic, but also slightly sweet. Speaking of slightly sweet, we've got these beautiful charred, softened shallots, which I'm just going to cut into small bite-sized pieces, making sure I get some of that charred outer flesh in there as well. Just toss that straight into our lemon and vinaigrette. For the broccoli, how you cut this up is really up to you. I want some big pieces of stem, some nice big pieces of floret, but I also want some smaller pieces for a nice heterogenic texture. And again, this broccoli is not overly soft and totally cooked through. It's still got a little bit of a bite in the center of that stem, just perfect for me. But again, if you like your broccoli softer, go ahead and cook it a little more. I'm adding some salt, pepper, and crumbled feta cheese to our salad, and I'm just going to give all of that a toss. And this is really ready to eat right now. It's absolutely perfect, nice and warm like this, but it holds up great on the counter for a couple hours. a great dish to take to a beach day or picnic, as it does not need to be refrigerated. At least not until you add that feta cheese, of course. I'm going to plate this up by putting down a nice pile of that broccoli salad, a couple of shrimp skewers, and then the other half of that grilled smoky lemon. That is just a divine and beautiful plate of summer food. If you serve this to me on a boat or on a beach, I think that would just be the perfect setting for such a meal, but you know, it's not too bad in the air-conditioned comfort of my kitchen either. That salad is roasty and slightly nutty, slightly sweet and tangy, salty from that feta cheese and lemon. It gives wonderful acidity. These shrimp have a nice little garlic hint of flavor from that garlic we rubbed on there, but they're succulent, so soft, so juicy. This is an absolutely delightful meal. I hope you'll give it a try very soon. And as always, thanks for watching. And now it's your turn to go make something delicious. Hello friends. Thanks so much for watching the final and 200th episode of 5 and 25. Wow, 200 episodes of quick and easy meals you can make with 5 ingredients, a bare bones pantry in less than half an hour. Pretty proud of that actually. And when you combine that with all the other complete dishes we've shown you over the years here at Dishing Out, you could eat something different every night for well over a year just by cooking through the content here. And that's pretty cool, something I'm pretty proud of, and something if you'd asked me 7 years ago when I started this channel, I'm not sure I would have actually predicted. In fact, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have. But 7 years, that's a long time. 7 years ago, the coronavirus was still in a lab in Wuhan. TikTok was mostly just something that clocks did. And shorts, well, that was just something that you wore outside in the summer. So after 7 years and over 400 videos, I think it's finally time that we pause and reflect on what the future of Dishing Out looks like and what that content might look like. And I had a little script ready for this, but allow me just a few more seconds to speak off the cuff. You know, I started making this content because I love to cook, I love to make elevated home meals, and I love to share that with my friends and family, and by extension, all of you out there in YouTube land. And I don't want to stop doing that, but I definitely feel like over the last couple of years, I've been putting out content just for the sake of putting it out, and not feeling like there was as much authenticity and as much of myself in everything that I was making. Some of it for sure, but not all of it. So for this channel to continue going forward in a way that is still satisfying and interesting to me, and hopefully offers some content and some value to you as a viewer, I'm gonna do things a little differently. Instead of forcing myself to get 2 videos a week out, I want to go back to focusing on making really good quality content and putting out 1 complete dish video a week. But instead of trying to cater to the whims of the internet and all of the fads, I want to just cook from the heart. I want to make that elevated home cooking and comfort food that hopefully you've come to know and expect from the channel. And what I really want to do is honestly get back to some of the longer form videos and cooking content like the why we watch cooking videos and flavor profile videos, and maybe even like the blind frozen pizza taste test video. Those are fun to me, and at the end of the day, that's why I do this. It's just for fun. Even with just a couple thousand subscribers, it's hard to believe this channel is actually in the top 10% of YouTube channels, but I'm not delusional, and I know that even in the top 10%, the amount of content out there is pretty overwhelming. So for those of you that have stuck around this long, from day 1 or day to day, thanks so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate your viewership, your comments, your likes, and I hope you'll stick around for 7 more years or however much more time we have here at Dishing Out. But I do know at least one thing is for sure, and that is we're gonna make a lot of delicious food together. So let's get to it, shall we?